Hey guys, so for today's video, I have a full face wearing my drugstore favorites. I thought this would be a really fun video. Instead of me just sharing with you guys my favorites through a chit chat, why not actually put them all on my face and create an entire look with all of my drugstore favorites. Every single item on my face today, everything from setting spray to lashes to brows, every single item on my face today is drugstore and super affordable. I really enjoyed filming this video because not only did I get to talk about my favorite products from the drugstore, but I get to show you guys how I use them, my little tips and tricks. Please don't forget to subscribe and sign up for notifications if you guys haven't already. And other than that, if you are interested in checking out how I got this makeup look using all of my favorites from the drugstore, then make sure to keep on watching. So to get started, I am going to start off with my favorite setting sprays from the drugstore. These are the NYX Dewy and the NYX Matte Finish. So today I really think I want to go for like a matte makeup look. Surprisingly enough, I actually have a pretty matte foundation, so I think I'm going to go for the Dewy spray. I know that's like confusing. I want a matte look, but I'm using the Dewy spray. Just because I just need, I feel like I have combo skin now, so I have a super matte foundation, so just want to, tone it down with a Dewy Finish spray. I love this NYX Dewy Finish spray. That went in my mouth. It actually really does give you like a beautiful, beautiful dew. Even when it dries down, it just looks really hydrating. So for primer, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Cover All Primer. I really like this primer because it's pretty moisturizing, but it still has a little bit of that pore filling effect. So I'm going to do a little bit more pore filling with the NYX Pore Filler. I actually really like this. It reminds me a lot of the Benefit Porefessional. So first I'm going to rub that in and then also pat it, and it's really going to give you that super smooth finish. So for foundation, my absolute favorite from the drugstore is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This one is in the shade Desert Beige. I might have to mix it a little bit with Golden Beige. I love this foundation, you guys. It is so flawless on the skin. Like, every time I wear this, it gives me a super flawless, like smooth finish. And it's really nice and full coverage, and it has a really nice matte finish. So you guys know one of my favorite drugstore concealers is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, but that one is more of like a medium coverage. But when I want to get super glam, this is the one that I go for. Like, I love this concealer. It gives you such amazing coverage. So this is the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Light. I actually need to get the next shade up because I do feel like this is a little bit too light for me, but I'm kind of just working with it right now. Next time I'm at the drugstore, I need to remember to do that. I'm not a huge fan of the applicator. I kind of wish they would like work on the packaging a little bit, but I mean, the product is so good, I just forget about it. Okay, so I definitely put way too much on, and like I said before, this shade is way too light for me, but we're gonna make this all work, you guys. No fear, Amy is here. Okay, so even though the under eye looks bright, do not worry, do not fear, because once we set it, it's going to be a lot better. So you guys know my fave little like contour palettes from the drugstore are the Wet n Wild. The formula is so good. The formula is really close to the Kat Von D contour palette, which is my favorite high-end contour palette. And I actually find myself using this one more. I don't know, maybe because it's affordable. I don't know, I find myself using this one more. As you can see, I've hit major pan. So today I'm going to just try setting my under eye with my Beauty Blender and see how I like that. I don't know, I'm in the mood for like some full glam today, so at least for the face. I actually like using powder on the Beauty Blender. I actually feel like it helps the powder blend better into your skin and not look so powdery. These are my go-to drugstore cream contour sticks. I love them. These are the Wet n Wild makeup stick contour. So they have highlight version in this, they have the concealer version in this, but I'm just obsessed with the contour version. So I love Latte for bronzing, cream bronzing, and then I love Where's Walnut for that perfect defined contour. I'm trying to decide today if I want to go right in with the contour or if I want to bronze a little bit. I don't know, I think I might switch it up today and go right in with the contour. First, I'm going to go in with the contour with this brush. This is the e.l.f. 103. This just really helps like diffuse the product. And you do want to bring it up the sides of the temples, especially if you have a rounder face like I do. This really helps to slim down the face. And I do want to contour my jawline a little bit. And then I'm going to switch brushes to the Morphe E7 and just kind of add that extra harsh defined contour just right at the top there. And then you can go ahead and blend it out and diffuse it a little bit. So even though I love the formula and I just love these Wet n Wild contour sticks, they're not really, you know, nose friendly since they, oh, I have a piece of glitter on my eye, since they are like a really chubby stick. So I actually really have been loving the Rimmel Insta Duo contour sticks for the nose. They're actually a dupe for the KKW ones. So for today, I'm going to take the shade Dark and I am just going to kind of light-handedly, because I don't really like too strong of a nose contour. And I also like to put it right underneath the lip. And this, by the way, is the Morphe M6 brush. So for the nose, if it ever needs a little bit more blending, I do always prefer to just go over it a couple times with the Beauty Blender. So I am going to set the cream contour with this Milani Baked Bronzer. This is just like my jam from the drugstore, you guys. I love this bronzer. It looks impeccable on the skin. Like, it just gives you the most prettiest, luminous, soft, not luminous, like it's not overly luminous. It's just like the prettiest, soft, bronzy glow. I don't know. It's really nice. This is again in the shade Soleil. And I am a huge fan of sometimes just putting some bronzer on the chest. So for blush, I really love the Wet n Wild ones. Today I'm actually going to use Mellow Wine, but I normally would go for Apricot in the middle. It's like the prettiest nude peachy type of shade. It's really beautiful. And I don't really like a lot of blush. So fave highlight from the drugstore is the Maybelline Master Chrome. I love this stuff, you guys. This is in the shade Molten Gold. It is beautiful. So, so beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Becca Champagne Pop with Jaclyn Hill. So I am just going to put that on the tops of the cheekbones. Just bring it down a little bit. But I do always like to bring it up over here. So for the eyes today, I am going to be using the new Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. So this is like one of my new fave palettes from the drugstore. It's actually a Anastasia Modern Renaissance dupe, which is amazing, but the formula of this is really, really good, you guys. So today I feel like doing just a really simple nude eye, but I kind of just want to do a really flared crease. So I am going to start with just setting. I'm going to use this little shade right here. I'm just going to go over everything and just kind of set everything down. I just realized I didn't do my brows. I was going to skip right onto eyeshadow, which is no bueno for me because I have to have my brows done first. Okay, so to keep it real with you guys, when it comes to brows, I really love the Maybelline new brow pencil and the NYX brow pencil. But I recently changed the shade that I use for my brows. Like, I used to use dark brown on the brows, and now I like to use more like ebony, like a extremely deep brown, like almost blackish brow. And I don't have any drugstore pencils in that color because I just haven't gotten them yet. Like, the only one that I have in my collection is the Anastasia Ebony. So all of my drugstore pencils are more on the brown side, which, like I said, I'm preferring like darker brows now. So the only shade that I could find that was the darkest is this one. This is the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil. Now I will say, I remember, I haven't used this pencil much. I remember trying it and I liked it, but I wasn't a huge fan of like that angled thing, you know how Anastasia Brow Define Pencil has that too. I don't like the angles. I like your traditional brow pencil. And I'm probably gonna have to darken my brows afterwards with a shadow. So I filled my brow in, and now I'm going to use this amazing palette by e.l.f. This is the Shadow Brow and Liner palette. What I love about this palette is you have all these different brow shades, but you can also use them as shadows. So for today, I'm going to use this dark shade right here and fill in my brows a little bit just to darken them up a bit more. So to finish off the brows, I really love the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This one is just in clear, and I'm just going to set the brow. So for the eyes, I'm going to start off with this shade right here, and I am going to create a higher crease than I actually have. I'm just starting right here, just a little bit under the brow. And then I'm going to take it and wing it out. I'm going to diffuse the edges a little bit. With that same shade and a different brush, I'm just going to further define. So I just want to map out my lid a little bit better. So I just want to map out my lid. So I am just going to take a little bit of concealer. And I am creating a higher lid space. So I'm just going to let that kind of dry down a little bit and move on to the other eye. And I'm just going to go over that line again and redefine that crease. Next, I'm just going to take a little bit of this deeper brown, and I'm actually going to mix it with a little bit of this just because I don't really want this eye to be too dark. And I'm just going to go right over that line on the crease. I am going to smoke out underneath the eye with that same lighter brown shade. And I am going to wing it out just a little bit on the bottom too. A little bit of that deeper brown. I'm just going to go back into that same highlight that I used, and it's going to go right on that inner corner. So because I am going to put on some falsies today, I am just going to take a little bit of this darker brown, and I'm just going to put it right on the lash line just to make it easier for the falsies to really blend into. For mascara, this has been my absolute fave for years. It's just a really nice formula. It doesn't flake on you at all. It lasts really long. I really love the curved applicator on this mascara because it really gives your lashes that push and that curl, volumizes them and lifts them. I just absolutely love this mascara. So for falsies, these are my absolute faves. They come in a 5-pack, which is really convenient. What I love about these two is I don't really have to cut them much. I do have like smaller eyes, and most lashes I literally have to cut like the biggest chunk off. These ones I don't really have to cut. Like as you can see, these are the ones I've worn up here. I really love these. They are similar to the Ardell Demi Wispies, but I like these better because they're a bit longer than the Demi Wispies and they're a bit more wispy than the Demi Wispies. So this is like Ardell Demi Wispy ×2, like just a little bit of an upgraded, better version. The Demi Wispies are a little bit more natural because they're a little bit shorter, but I love the length on these ones and I love the wisp and the flare. I get mine from Walmart, so you should be able to easily find them at Walmart in the, like around the nail polish section. They have like a bunch of lashes and stuff like that and brushes. This is where you'll find them. So my other fave mascara is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. You guys ask me all the time how I do my lower lashes. This is my secret. Like this is, I cannot live without it. It has the skinniest, like really perfect brush, and it really lengthens your lashes. I like to wiggle mine at the root and then really pull it down. What I love about this mascara too is I always use it right in the inner corner because this helps me connect my real lashes to the inner corner of the false lashes, and then it kind of just makes everything look like one. But I want to start off with lining my lips, and this NYX pencil has been a fave of mine. This is the NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Natural, and it's also waterproof, which is really cool. So I really like to overline my lip. So what I do is I create a line above my lip and then I line right on my lip. That way it kind of blends in together. And it just looks a little bit more natural that way. Recently I really fell in love with the formula of these Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lipsticks. So I am going to take the shade Mocha and I'm just going to take the lip liner and like blend everything together a little bit better. I also want to clarify, I have a ton of favorite liquid lipsticks from the drugstore. This isn't like my only favorite. I just have a bunch and this just happens to be one of them. Just want to make that clear because there's so many. When it came to the lip color, I was like, which one am I going to do? So yeah, there's many that I love and this just happens to be one of them. So I am going to finish off this look with a little bit of the NYX Matte Setting Spray. So that is pretty much it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed seeing me use all of my drugstore favorites. I really enjoyed the way this look came out too. It's super nude, it's super natural. You can wear it during the daytime, you can spice it up for nighttime. So please don't forget to subscribe and sign up for notifications if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.